Welcome, Oily community. Thank you for joining us, whether you're here in person or you watch this recording. So we are going to touch on oils and products, doTERRA, of course, for pain, sore muscles, neck pain, back pain, and tendons, and so on. So welcome to Elizabeth. Would you like to start, Elizabeth? Elizabeth has experience of being a personal trainer, so she's had lots of time working with her clients with muscles, right? And so, yeah, we'd love to hear what you've suggested for people to use, what has been something that you've used for different issues and so on.
Okay, so hello everyone. My best friend is Mr. Blue, which is the ice blue. I have it as a wrap, the capsules, the new stick, and also it is an essential oil that comes with the aroma touch kit as well. So basically, in all different forms, if it's something that is like, I don't know, I slip and my neck is sore or I twist my ankle and things like this, it's something that is recent. I always recommend any of those. But if it's something that's chronic, I will talk about my personal experience with my bursitis in my shoulder, which has been chronic for, I don't know, 10 years or longer. And I'm going to sound like a broken record. It's going to be the Meta Power.
Okay.
This for me is just been amazing. And I can move my arm. I can move my arm and it doesn't hurt. I can sleep on my shoulder. So I will say, if you got something chronic, go with the Meta Power and maybe the ice blue capsules. And then, of course, topically, the cream or this stick, which is very practical because you don't really have to use your hands. You just kind of rub it on where the pain is. And it feels like a little massage as well. So it's beautiful. But then when I feel like it's a really like a pain, I like to play with my oils. I make this bomb. I call it the bomb because I use the past tense blend as the bottom. Then I added all equal 10 drops of cypress, aroma touch, wintergreen, copaiba, turmeric, and ice blue. And
Wonderful.
these work. I was having so much pain in my neck and shoulders, and I was going to have acupuncture, but she was away on holidays. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. I was just like, oh, much pain. Anyway, and I said, no, I need to do something. I got oils. I had to help myself. And it worked. I was like, wow, do I really book the acupuncture or not? So yeah, amazing. This is my little experience, and I use those ones anywhere where the Spain.
Right. Yeah. And of course, MetaPower is our collagen formula, right? And of course, it helps with connective tissue and not just, of course, we know collagen for skin and nails and hair, but of course, there's all other wonderful benefits like you just described for using the MetaPower collagen. So that's wonderful. And thanks, Elizabeth. So what do you take? Any internal, besides the polyphenols of the ice blue or deep blue, do you take anything else internally for?
Multivitamins, the long life vitality pack. So this is all very, part of the routine. Yeah.
Sure. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
And
Michaela's in Adelaide. We'd love to hear from you, Michaela.
Hello.
You're a Bowen therapist, so you're working with the body all the time, right? Muscles and tendons and tissue, connective tissue, and so on.
I do. So, if I have, obviously, I'm helping someone with their aches and pains anyway with Bowen therapy. But for them, if they need to have some support when they can't get to me or for at home, I definitely recommend either your ice blue rub or the ice blue stick. Now,
Right. Yeah.
Ellie mentioned it before that this is great for putting on. Like, a lot of people don't want to touch, the smelly stuff, right? So this is really easy, and this is what I recommend for people if they don't really, it's really great for on the go, and if you don't want to have to wash your hands afterwards, because you can just, put it on the area and you can rush out the door. And the added benefit is that this has copaiba in it as well.
That's
So
right.
that's a pain relief. So often, especially if I have clients and they're going away and they're a bit concerned, I'm like, okay, take something with you, something that you've got to give you some relief while you're in, if you can't get anywhere for some
If they can't
physical
see
relief.
you with your beautiful healing hands, then they've got something that they can use instead, right?
Yeah. So, I also do the aroma touch method. It's a type of massage on the back and the feet. And so the blend aroma touch is also really good for tight muscles and stress. So if I find someone that's got, let's say, tight shoulder muscles, I'm going to try and figure out, is it stress related or is it muscle related? As in, if it's related to stress, I go for aroma touch. And if
So that
it's
would
not,
be if they're quite tense, they're tight and
yeah,
constricted, the
or
muscles
even
are
headaches and
constricted,
things
or
like that,
Mhm.
I'll tend to reach for aroma touch a bit more because I find that's really de-stressing, as well as it helping with the muscle aches. Whereas your ice blue, I find the little concentrated drops, they are really fantastic for particularly in the joints. So if you've got finger stuff going on, stuff in the feet, I even had someone today who's got really sore jaw. So, she was actually not a client of mine, but she was telling me about her jaw problems. And I said, get some ice blue onto it, as well as frankincense. She has frankincense at home. So she's doing those things. But the drops are really good if you really want to get right into the joint area. Or, like arthritic fingers and toes or inflamed in those. I find that's really good. I just find it gets just that bit deeper than what the and I always say you can layer things as well. So you can
Cool.
use your oil, and then you can use your stick or your rub, or whatever oils you want to use. So that's kind of I also, and I think the recipe came from you, Robin, was the
Mhm.
Pain Away roller blend. Was it from you?
Sure. Yeah.
So
Although
I've
I
used
didn't
that.
make, it was something probably shared in our community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found that really good, especially for people who are needing some sort of surgery or coming out of having surgery. It's
Mhm.
what's in the roller is lemongrass, Siberian fir, cypress, peppermint, copaiba, marjoram, and you can also add helichrysum as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, it's a fantastic roller.
So how
it's
many
really great.
drops of each one
Oh,
do you do
okay.
individual? Can you
Uh,
give that to
well, there's
us?
4 drops of lemongrass and cypress, and 3 of everything else,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Perfect.
and then
Yeah.
fractionated coconut oil.
Yeah.
Topping up the it's usually a 10 ml roller that I use.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I know. So cypress, sometimes we forget about cypress, but cypress is excellent for moving the blood, right? So
Yeah, yeah. Circulation.
it's movement and flow, circulation. So very important to get the blood flowing and moving to the area where there's the injury or whatever. And of course, why would do you want to share a little bit about why you would use those oils? What's their unique, maybe not unique chemistry, but their unique property in that blend? Why would you say put peppermint in?
Well, peppermint I find is particularly good for nerve. It's also cooling, but I do tend to reach for peppermint alone if it is, if someone's got a pinched nerve,
Sure.
or nerve-related stuff. That's when I think of peppermint.
Okay. And the helichrysum,
And
because that's
well, helichrysum, I
nervous.
always break it up. So it's
Mm-hmm.
healing chrism. So it's healing, healing the body. That's
Yes.
kind of like a very general way of describing it. Lemongrass, particularly for your tendons. What else is there?
Yeah, lemongrass, great for connective tissue and tendons, tendinitis. I just actually was reading before, tendinitis is lemongrass and lavender, which is interesting as a suggestion. And you can either layer the oils on or put them in a roller. How do you prefer? Do you prefer layering? Say if you've only got 2 or 3 oils that you're going to use in your protocol, would you layer them on and apply them topically that way?
I know
Or
there
would
are
you?
benefits in layering, and I
Mm-hmm.
know there's some, but for me, I go for ease and I put it all together in a roller. That's
Right.
just how I
Of
go.
course, you
If it
want
was,
to. So when it's put into a roller with the fractionated coconut oil, it's going to go into a deeper penetration, isn't it? It slows down. The fractionated coconut oil slows down how the oils move into the body. So you want it to slow down to move into the muscles and so on. Yeah. And peppermint's a driver, isn't it? We know that, don't we, Michaela? How it can
yeah,
drive other oils in as well. And copaiba and frankincense in that blend is pretty amazing too.
yeah, yeah.
So that's what you
The
share with your clients as a pain away if they need
yeah.
extra support.
So it was, a couple of years ago, bit over 2 years ago now. So I broke my leg. My brother, one of my brothers dislocated his shoulder, and my other brother uh, did his ACL, so he did his knee. So I
Um,
don't know,
what was
wacky
going
world.
on in the family?
Yes, yeah. I know.
Uh,
And
and
yes,
is that the blend that
so
you all
I made
use?
up those rollers for my brothers. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
working at the time, obviously, because I was out of action, and it really helped them. So I said to them, use this leading up to your surgery, and then you know use it after your surgery. And
Right.
well, I know that they've been using them because they both have told me that their bottles are empty, and I say, come on, bring it back and I'll retop it up for you.
Yes. Yeah.
But,
Oh,
so
that's
yeah,
really good.
so
And
it is kind of my, it's either for me, for my clients, it's those really sticky situations. Shoulders tend to be one of the types of things that take a long time to heal.
mm-hmm.
um, and if there's something there where they need to have some surgery, then yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
wonderful.
healer. Get them prepared before and after.
Yes. This is over and over. We hear when people use the oils after surgeries, like bone surgeries, broken bones and so on, that they heal much faster. The healing rate is a lot quicker. Do you take anything internally in your home for yourself or your husband for, say, something at that time when you broke your leg? Did you take anything internally? Like, the capsules?
I
Or?
was doing the lifelong vitality, but to be honest, I probably wasn't utilizing my doTERRA, supplements, the other
Okay,
things.
well, Lifelong Vitality is a pretty potent formula to help the body
Yeah,
anyway.
but we do use we use the polyphenols,
Yes.
what else? And the copaiba. So yeah, we use those they're in the house, and we use them when we need to.
Yeah. Copaiba is excellent for helping with taking them internally in the capsules when there's muscle pain or neck pain. Yeah. So anything else to
I
share?
think that's it.
Okay, perfect. I mean, we
Could
all
probably
have,
say lots of things,
yeah, we all have our favorites, and as you know, for you working with clients, you'd see many people with different issues come to you for sure. So I have just, I mean, you both have sort of talked about probably the most potent oils and supplements that we go to already. I have a little recipe here for neck and shoulder pain from someone who had great results with this one, and they used in a roller bottle copaiba, frankincense, and black pepper, and they filled it with fractionated coconut oil. So sometimes the black pepper and ginger are really good to use in a blend because they bring in the heat. Sometimes there's heat needed to help the healing process, right? Or soothing and calming the injury. So that can be a really great thing to either use black pepper or ginger. Helichrysum is always a great one. And of course, we've got margarine. Now, margarine's really good too. So margarine helps with, oh, bye girls. Love you. My granddaughter's leaving. Yeah, so margarine is a go-to oftentimes. And of course, there's this little recipe here from a lady that shared her go-to, and it's pretty much the ones that you've already covered, both of you. So she used for nerve pain, she had an injury, helichrysum, 3 drops, margarine, she used 10, lemongrass, 2, cypress 2, and now oregano, she used 2 oregano, but that would also bring in the heat, and 2 frankincense and 5 of copaiba. So she put that in a roller bottle with fractionated coconut oil. So oftentimes for pain, helping with pain is frankincense, copaiba. You can take those internally. And I love wintergreen. Last year, I fell over on some gravel. I was wearing those really wide, big flared pants. Have you ever tripped on your flared pants? Well, that happened to me. My husband bought them from, I was like feeling like a hippie again. And I was saying goodbye to a friend at night, and I ran outside to give her something and tripped on my big flared pants. They were just cotton little hippie pants. And my hand went on the gravel, like to stop my fall. And I cut all my hand, and it was so painful. So it was late at night, and I put some oils. And then I remembered wintergreen for pain is such a great oil for pain management. And seriously, the difference was amazing once I applied the wintergreen. I think I was using, some oils for helping in case I got dirt, still had dirt in the cut, and like tea tree and so on. But yeah, the wintergreen was, peppermint can be good too, but wintergreen is so good because think about, it has menthol salicylate in it. That's the same chemistry that's in many pain-killing drugs. So it's excellent for pain management, copaiba, of course. And I like past tense for anything to do with neck pain. I remember many years ago, Dr. Hill talking about the difference between using past tense and using the ice blue or the deep blue as it's known in some other countries. So past tense can be really soothing. That it's an amazing blend of so many oils that are in that blend. So not only was it formulated for headaches and migraines, which is excellent for, but if you put it on the neck and on the shoulders, it can sometimes be a little bit more effective than using the ice blue. So keep that one in mind. And what else was I thinking about? Oftentimes we've talked about for bones, helping heal bones with the oils, but back pain also, of course, our go-tos are usually the ice blue, copaiba, wintergreen marjoram, all the ones, frankincense, all the ones that you've both talked about. Anything else that we can add to our little conversation that you can think about that we've missed, Elizabeth?
We haven't talked about turmeric.
Oh, turmeric, yes. So I was with a member of our family today who broke her ankle in 2 places skiing in Canada. So I was helping her with the children. And I did suggest not only the oils we've talked about, and I made her up a little blend because now she's got her cast off and she's in a moon boot. But I did suggest maybe turmeric to take it, especially the dual capsules, and to also put the turmeric in the area as well where she's got the injury. So yeah, you love turmeric because it's an anti-inflammatory, really, isn't it, Michaela? Is that the reason? Yep.
Yeah, I don't use it heaps. I tend to, there's other things I go to first, but I think it's really beneficial for inflammation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Yeah, because now we have those in Australia, which is wonderful. And yeah, I can't think of anything else to add to that. I think we've covered all the major ones. But of course, sometimes you just intuitively have a feel about what to use, don't you? It's not even about sometimes looking up anything, but you're just feeling, oh, I need to put this on and this on, or maybe just one oil. Aroma Touch is one of my favorites to recommend for feet and neuropathy. When people suffer with neuropathy, the Aroma Touch blend is excellent to apply. Be consistent and you'll get results. So anything to do with feet, Aroma Touch is excellent. Neuropathy for feet, legs, calves. Sometimes there's swelling also in the hands. So that's a good one to use as well. And of course, we love the Aroma Touch technique, which you've suggested, Michaela. Sometimes that can be really beneficial to help soothe the body, especially if there has been stress and so on. And then the Symphony of the Cells, the protocols in that book are excellent also for helping. There's one for helping with muscles and aches and pains. So yes, I think we've covered pretty much everything. And
just one other little thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, when a really great thing to do when you've got achy muscles is getting an Epsom salts bath and putting your oils straight into the Epsom salts before you put it in the bath, and then it disperses really, really well into the water. That's
Yeah, what a great thing. We've got to remember about that, because that's also a really great little therapy to do at home. And what oils are your favorites to put in the bath?
Bitter
I love
beer.
the Aroma Touch.
What do you like, Elizabeth?
Relaxing, I like to use bitter beer.
Oh, vetiver in the bath. Yes, and with Epsom salts, yeah. And
that's
I
lovely.
like aroma touch actually, and a little tiny bit of lavender aroma touch blend.
Please,
Yeah,
people.
yeah. But you can use anything, right? Depending on what you have at home and what's your favorites. And yes, that suggestion to put the oil in the Epsom salts first is a really great way. So you don't want to have the oil on the top of the bath. You want it dispersed so you can get the greatest benefit. Okay, so let's see. I think we're pretty much out of time. What would you ladies like to talk about next week?
I'm not sure, actually. We should ask the group.
Yes, okay, that's a great idea. Let's do that. We can put it on our post and see what everyone would like to talk about.
Maybe we could touch
Hey,
on cleaning.
yeah,
Sorry, what was that, Michaela?
I was saying cleaning.
Ah, right.
that's what you'd like to do next
Yeah,
week.
no, it's
Okay.
a
Well, I love all our clean products. I really love them. You know, I'm always running out because I use them too much. I use them in the Airbnb and I use them up here. But anyway, we can do that. Non-toxic. Everyone's interested in those sort of topics, aren't they? You know, if you want to have a healthy home.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's lovely to see your beautiful faces. Thank you for coming on, and I'll get this up on YouTube, and so you can share it and people can watch it later.
See you,
Have a
ladies.
good evening, what's left of it.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.